4th of July is coming up. Thank you so much for tuning in to Wake Up with the Word. This is episode 12, y'all. Now we find ourselves in a time of celebration. There will be fireworks, backyard barbecues, and a ton of fellowship. There'll be a lot to be thankful and grateful for as we get into the heat of summer. So many have set aside themselves to protect the freedoms that we are celebrating. It is important to honor them and raise them up in prayers, as some have fallen and some have stepped back into the everyday with the pain of yesterday weighing down hearts and minds while they just try and make it through each day. For some, the fireworks don't help. The crowds, they don't help. For me as well, it's important for me to set my sights on the positivity of the past and present rather than the perplexing problems of the past that can't be changed. So raise the soldiers up in prayer as we celebrate the fruit of their labors. Now Jesus declared, "Therefore, if the Son makes you free, you shall be free indeed." In John 8:36, "Therefore, if the Son makes you free, you shall be free indeed." If the Son makes you free, you shall be free indeed. So celebrate freedom. Happy 4th of July, y'all. Be free indeed. As believers, we enjoy numerous freedoms because of what Jesus has done for those who have placed their trust in Him alone. Because of Jesus and His death and resurrection on our behalf, we have freedom, true freedom. Now in 2019, right before the pandemic, the world went crazy, the world shut down, all that, my mother passed away on July 4th. She was in miserable shape. She was on life support up until a couple weeks before then. She was in a lot of pain, and you could see the fear and the angst in her eyes whenever she had the energy to just keep them open. My grandmother, thank you so much, Holy Spirit, for my grandmother. She led her in a salvation prayer in her final days, and I'm ever most grateful for that. My mother received freedom from her guilt, freedom from her past, and she received reprieve from the repercussions of sin. So to continue the tradition of freedom, my brother and I took her ashes to her favorite place 1 year later, 4th of July, at the beach. My mother, she loved the ocean, but she was terrified to swim. She almost drowned in a lake when she was a child, vines, lily pads, so she says got wrapped around her legs, and she just never got over that. So my little brother Matthew and I paddled out on some surfboards and spread her ashes in the ocean. Our mother finally learned how to swim, and she would now be the reflection of every sunrise. And that prompted a whole new thought on freedom. So from mothers passing away from pain into promise, the soldiers battling enemies on different fronts, there are so many ways we could interpret freedom and the cost of it. There are so many ways to feel freedom. So as those grills sizzle, as the night skies are lit up with vibrant colors, and as people gather together in joy, remember that these festivities are nothing in comparison to the celebration in heaven when just one soul accepts Christ. So celebrate in safety. Pray for revival. Get excited for Christ, because He's with us every step of the way. He's celebrating with y'all. Happy 4th.